Buckle up, everyone, because today we're diving into a wild courtroom scene where a sovereign citizen variant, calling himself an Israelite, struts in with full confidence and immediately denies the court authority, insisting that barcodes and capital letters somehow prove he's beyond its jurisdiction. His own lawyer, almost looking relieved, quickly steps aside and leaves him to face the consequences alone, with arrogance dripping from every word. Goodman tries to project control, but the reality is crystal clear. The judge holds all the power here, and this dramatic opening sets the stage perfectly for the legal chaos that's about to unfold.
Come up to the podium, please. This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Brian Joseph Musgrove, file number 23-21461FH. I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people, and I have Michael Dagger-Margosian appearing on behalf of Mr. Musgrove. Mr. Dagger-Margosian, Mike, oh, there he is. So, Mr. Dagger-Margosian, this is a date and time set for pre-trial in this matter. Mr. Musgrove said that he was appearing on his own behalf. I did verify he is not an attorney, and you are still the attorney of record. So, Mr. Dagger-Margosian, how do you wish to proceed?
Well, Your Honor, I am aware that Mr. Musgrove wants to present information to the court. I'm happy to be standby counsel if he wants to represent himself. Obviously, this court would have to go through the colloquy of that, but obviously it's Mr. Musgrove's legal right to at least ask the court to do that. So I'm here to observe at this point.
All right. So, Mr. Musgrove, when you were at the bench or up at the podium before, you said that you were appearing on behalf of yourself. So, Mr. Musgrove, are you asking to no longer have counsel represent you?
Well, what I'm understanding is that the court is a private, for-profit.
So, Mr. Musgrove, I know where you're going with this, and none of that is valid. None of that is law.
I'm not the all caps name. None
of that is valid. None of that is law. You are standing in my courtroom. I have jurisdiction.
All right, guys, this is where things take a bizarre turn. Goodman boldly demands dismissal, arguing that no one has power of attorney over him and tossing in strange claims about barcodes, as if they hold any legal weight. His smug tone makes it sound like he truly believes he's uncovered a secret loophole no one else has ever noticed. But the judge isn't fazed for even a second. Instead, with sharp wit and perfect timing, the judge delivers a line that instantly shatters Goodman's entire argument. Unless you are a price on a can of beans, we don't need a barcode. In that moment, the courtroom erupts and Goodman's supposed loophole collapses into nothing, a one-liner destined to go down in courtroom history.
I tried to file paperwork with the clerk's office ahead of time so that you would have time to review it, and they denied me.
I know what you're talking about. None of that is valid under the law of the state of Michigan or the Constitution of the United States of America.
What do you mean it is?
Well,
The Supreme Court says it is.
what does it say it is?
The Supreme Court says that if we were at the age of 18, we were supposed to claim our minor status.
Nope, not valid.
Okay.
So here's what I would say to you. Mr. Dagger-Margosian is, like most of our public defenders, exceptional attorneys and very well versed in the law and very experienced. He gives legal advice. You may not like the legal advice, but it's usually good advice. I've never had anyone from the public defender's office not wholeheartedly try to represent their clients. So what you are talking about is not valid, and it is not going to get you out of this case. You're not going to be able to say all those things because it's not valid.
Everyone involved in this court case has a financial interest in the case.
I don't have a financial interest in your case. I get paid by the state of Michigan, whether you plead, whether it gets dismissed.
Now the circus only gets wilder as Goodman keeps demanding that all his rights remain intact at all times, repeating the phrase like a broken record until it loses all meaning. The judge, clearly trying to make sense of the rambling, tells him to slow down, but Goodman barrels on with nonsense that goes nowhere. Then comes a moment that truly exposes the cracks. When asked for his address, he admits he drifts between hotels with no real home, underscoring just how shaky and unstable his position really is. At that point, the judge has heard enough, cuts through the rambling, and sets an in-person hearing date, the moment where reality finally corners Goodman and the fantasy collapses.
We have budgets. The court system is not a profit-generating revenue. We are here to represent people so that people who are charged with crimes are protected, people who are victims of crimes are protected, and that's why we have all
In order
these.
for there to be a crime, there has to be a victim. There is no.
Well, there is a victim in this case
The victim
because
would be the company. The
you are
company-
charged.
I can't fix
Actually,
something.
just hold on. So your crime that you are charged with, which you are innocent as of this time, let me grab the right file, is failure. Oh, this is let me see. This is an embezzlement charge. So you are charged in count one with embezzlement 50,000 or more, but less than 100,000. That being an agent, servant, or employee of Hardwoods of Michigan Industries did convert to your own use without the consent of your employer or principal industrial tools and equipment in the amount of $68,938.40 or money or equipment. And that's a 15-year felony. So if you were found guilty by a jury, you can go to prison for up to.
Things spiral fast as Goodman rants about suing the courthouse for hundreds of thousands while waving around papers he claims prove his so-called sovereignty. He throws out talk of contracts, barcodes, and mythical legal doctrines as if they carry any real weight. But the judge doesn't budge for a second, calmly reminding him that the court owes him nothing. Then comes a turning point. When the scheduled day arrives, Goodman doesn't even bother to show up. His fantasy arguments collapse completely, and the next time he's seen, it isn't on Zoom but appearing straight out of a jail cell.
Charged in count two with using a computer to commit a crime. To facilitate the charge in count one, that carries a maximum penalty of up to 10 years in prison. And the way the statute's set up, I can actually stack those possibly. So you potentially could be looking at up to 25 years in prison. So the victim that's alleged in this would be that business.
Right, and I can't face that accuser because that business can't get on the stand for me to ask questions, and a third party.
But they're
can't.
represented.
Inside the jail hearing, reality slams into Goodman harder than ever as he's confronted not just with misdemeanors, but serious felony charges, including domestic violence. His bond is set at a crushing $250,000, with a GPS tether attached, completely beyond his reach. The defense fumbles, uncertain if he even has proper counsel across all his cases, while the judge carefully lays out the numbers and conditions with cold precision. In that moment, the courtroom is no longer a stage for Goodman's wild theories. It's the harsh reminder that his freedom is already slipping through his fingers.
$89,000 of student loan debt that was forgiven to be a lawyer. You do not. And Mr. Dagmar goes in, Mr. Isaac Sneed, all of the attorneys here went to law school to know the law, and their job is to advise you of the law. Oh,
Yeah,
yes, they
they're-
can. Yes,
They're
you
going
can
by
be charged.
everything,
You
all the
can't-
laws and statutes that you guys go by
Are
for
legal.
corporations. They're for
Still a crime. Still a crime.
But I'm not
Still a
a business
crime.
corporation. I'm a living person.
Yeah, and that's why you're standing in front of me. If you were dead, the case would be dismissed.
Yeah, the all cap name is that.
That means nothing. That's not valid. It's
Okay.
not legal.
Right.
So, do you want to represent yourself, or do you want to have an attorney to represent you?
I need some time to think.
Okay, I'm going to set this for another pretrial on March 20th at 8:30 in the morning. And Miss Adams, could I get a notice of hearing?
Here the defense launches its most desperate plea, insisting Goodman has a child at home, that both parents were working and that his absence is devastating the family. They highlight supposed progress like new housing, blame transportation issues for missed court dates, and even claim his GPS tether malfunctioned. The tone shifts from arrogance to sympathy, painting him as a man trapped by circumstance rather than defiance. With one final push, they beg for a personal bond with Tether, a rare moment of genuine pleading instead of fantasy law. But in the end, the decision remains firmly in the judge's hands.